Tony Lyle is usually a mild-mannered dad of 3, but footpath parking has made him a bit grumpy.
It's a real P in my A. When I'm going for a lovely walk with my family, I've got to scurry past cars that are parked on the footpath to make room for other cars to drive on the road. It's called the footpath, it's not the tyre path.
It's just one of those things. We know we shouldn't, but we still do it.
It's illegal to park on a footpath and it carries a nice little fine. Where a vehicle is seriously blocking a footpath, causing pedestrians to walk into live traffic lanes, we'll also tow it as well. So instead of being $40 or $60, it'll end up being $110 or $115.
In Wellington, they used to be into creative parking. In 2005, it was all good to park on a footpath, but the rules changed last year as the capital went into denial about its streets being beyond narrow.
It is strictly against the law to park on the footpath. The grey area essentially is where you might be a little bit on the footpath, so we're not necessarily finding too many people at the moment. It's really where you've completely blocked it.
We have a different way to manage narrow streets. We would like to put broken yellow lines down one side of the street, which keeps one side clear. If the street is narrow and there's cars blocking at either side, what happens if your house is on fire and a fire appliance can't get down the road?
Well, maybe I've got the wrong end of the stick, and these curb-straddling sickos are actually just trying to be considerate to the drivers on the road and forgetting about us pedestrians. All right, all right.
Footpath parkers would say, just go around, adapt, but tell that to the pram pushers and the wheelchair travellers.
I have spina bifida, so it requires me to use a manual wheelchair. When I see that I have 2 options, an easier way and a harder way, and the car is blocking the easy way, it frustrates the heck out of me, and it kind of made me antisocial over time because I just can't be bothered going out knowing that, like, I can't just get to places as easy.
And crossing the road can feel like you're taking your life in your hands.
You kind of have a height opportunity when you're standing, and so you can kind of stretch out and look out to see if there's a car coming from the corner. But I don't have the luxury of that, so I fully have to, like, kind of go more onto the road than any other person and see if I'm safe to cross the road.
So how do we fix this problem and make it work for everybody?
I grew up in a time where everybody had cars, and now that I have grandchildren, they don't have cars because they catch PT and use a bike and whatnot, and they borrow my car. So I guess as we move forward as a nation, we've all got to think about climate change and emissions. Are our travel choices wise?
So before you park like this next time, remember to have a think about other people for once in your life. Although this is actually me. I just couldn't find a better park.
Oh yeah, I'm with the woman they interviewed in the middle of that. Cars parked on the footpath makes me frustrated as well. And I get it in a really narrow street. I get that maybe you have to do that, but doing a lot of walking as I do, you just get really frustrated with the entitlement of cars, these big metal boxes that we worship, and they can kind of do whatever they like, and it makes me angry.
Just a special shout out though to people like my wife who park a little bit on the footpath but have no idea they are slightly on the footpath.